Good evening, all you lovely people out there on YouTube and in podcast world, indeed for later on. Hope you're all well and still celebrating a fantastic victory over Southampton yesterday, which finished 4-1 to the Toon. Weren't exactly on fire, but if we can destroy teams like that when we're not exactly 100%, my God, I mean, the world's our oyster. Now, Danielle, I know you had to miss the review show like myself last night. What did you think?
So we're prolific second half.
Yeah.
I just thought, Chris Wood, unbelievable. What a goal. What a goal.
Yep.
Absolutely delighted for him. Joe Willock, how many times have we been saying in our preview show? This week is the week that Joe's going to get one, and he did.
Come on, you Meggies.
Exactly.
Yeah, the way he rolled that ball with his studs was just fantastic, wasn't it? It was. I mean, I've heard people say, "Oh, he mishit it." Did he? Bollocks! He rolled it in. That's how they do it. You know, they've got more control if they just use the studs, roll the studs over the ball to position it where it was going, and fabulous. But you mentioned Chris Wood there, Danielle, and I have to say a massive hats off to Chris Wood because we've given him a lot of shit on this channel. And for me, rightly so, because do I think he's the future? No, of course I don't. But listen, what he did yesterday, he seems to like that ground for some particular reason. Scored a really good header there last season. And, that was an instinctive striker's goal yesterday. Brilliantly just back to goal, spun and found the corner. And that was a very, very good finish. And hats off to Chris Wood. He did have a good game yesterday in that second half because we were all panicking, thinking, oh, is Callum Wilson injured and all this? And he, consequently turns out that he put on Twitter later on that the illness had caught up with him. And that's all it was. And we go again. So that was good to see as well. But listen, I think Chris Wood will start.
And do you know what I think? I think it'll do wonders for his confidence going into starting.
Yeah.
And things happen for a reason. Like, absolutely. And I think who would have written it that he would have come on, scored the goal, ready for him starting on Wednesday. So I have full agreement with you. I think Chris Wood will start. Yeah.
And obviously, Billy, it was lovely to see the ball nestle in the net because normally he either mishits it or he doesn't, the way he took the goal, to position it in the corner of the net, to curl it round like that. That's what we want to see more of from Chris Wood. Just be an instinctive striker like that.
Yeah, I think every shot we took that was on target was nestled in the side netting bit.
It was
amazing.
Yeah.
We had 4 shots on target and everyone went in. I mean, the goalkeeper
it was
had
strange,
no
wasn't
chance
it?
any of them.
No, but watching it, Billy, you say that you didn't know whether the shot was on target or it was going in until it was nestling in the corner because of the angle the camera was at. So it was very difficult to see when the first hit it, thinking, is it in? Is it in? Chris Woods, I was thinking that's gone wide and then it nestles in the net. The same with Bruno's. You think Bruno's is going wide and it nestles in the net because of a weird camera angle that's at St. Mary's. But I mean, listen,
I'll tell you what, the Joe Willock goal, I think, is my favourite goal of the season so far.
Oh, yeah. It was a lovely, what a ball from Trippier. Yeah.
The anticipation of Trippier to get there before the defender does that bit of burst of pace he showed. And then that pass was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. But Danielle, you mentioned that 10-minute spell where we Southampton came out very, very strongly in the second half, came at us, and you thought, oh, God, we're under pressure here because we weren't particularly playing great football. And then all of a sudden, a 10-minute spell during the absolute downpour, we seemed to just kill the game off. And that's what it was all about, is killing the game off. And yes, Southampton were always going to come at us because they're the home team. They have to. But, we still defended really well, I thought.
Absolutely. And I was worried the first 10 minutes of the second half. I thought, oh my God, it's going to be a long 45 minutes. This is the way it's going to pan out. Definitely. And I think part of us was confused about the Callum Wilson situation and what's going on there. And then obviously before half time, we had the Keegan
Trippier with his hamstring.
What the hell's going on? Yeah. And then out of nowhere, yet again, I should know not to worry about it. Like literally, I should trust what's going on. So that's learning. I've just got to get used to this is the way we are now.
But I think when you mention them injuries, Danielle, what happens is, what we've witnessed over the last God knows how many years under Ashley is players just not wanting to risk anything. If that was, a few seasons ago and players were picking up little knocks that go off because there was just nothing. They don't want to miss anything now. They don't want to miss a second of being on the pitch. And you can tell that. I mean, look, Sven Botman, for me, Billy, I watched the review back, and you said about Botman, his passing was way off yesterday. For some reason, he just couldn't get, but his defending was still magnificent. So, one thing doesn't quite work out, but then again, he makes up for it.
Yeah, I mean, the passing, two of them were awful. Could have put some deep.
Terrible, yeah.
But the actual anticipation of defending was fantastic again. The times he came across and cut out the ball at the last minute, slid it out for throw-ins and stuff and getting blocks in. I thought all four actually played well defensively. But the passing, Shah's was up to scratch as always, and Trippier's was. Just Botman's was really poor yesterday. But he gets allowed a bad day at the office every now and again. And
no one's perfect after all.
That's his
Absolutely.
First one, isn't it?
Listen, it's a learning curve as well, isn't it, guys? He's got to make mistakes to learn.
I remember how young he is as well.
22,
you forget, don't you?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yep.
But I thought Sean Longstaff again,
cracking
magnificent
game
yesterday. Absolutely brilliant. And listen, he's thrown egg in my face, and I bloody love it. Right? I bloody love it. I wanted Miggy to do it. I wanted Joe Linton to do it. And you can go back and watch old videos and you'll hear me say, I hope they throw egg back in my face because I want them to succeed. And my God, Longstaff is becoming an integral part, Danielle.
Absolutely. Another cracking game. He's just an engine, an absolute engine. He's everywhere all the time. I'm really, really proud of him because he has taken some flack, not just from us, from,
absolutely,
sections of the fan base. And it's difficult to kind of, especially being one of our own as well.
Yeah, and played a massive part in the first goal as well. But it was his running down the right, Danielle, as well, linking up with Mickey, playing little 1-2s and bursting into the box. That's what Sean Longstaff used to be like.
But I think again, we're witnessing and being part of an Eddie Howe and his coaching staff, just a masterclass on exactly how you can what coaching brings to players. And I know it sounds pretty simple, but considering what we had before Eddie Howe, when there was no coaching at all,
indeed,
so now this is the effect good coaching can have, and
absolutely.
We're seeing it. Look, we've had it with Kraft, with Joe Linton. We're seeing it now with Longstaff. We've seen Murphy improve. Just amazing. Love it.
He had an off day yesterday. I think Jacob Murphy. I think Stato said he was impressed. He had a decent first 20 minutes. I can't agree. I don't think he did. I think he was not. But listen, like we've just said, everybody has an off day, and Jacob Murphy's, he's come in and done a job for all these injuries, and I'm not going to sit here and slate them because everybody has an off day.
And you know what it is? If you think about the way Jacob used to play and how he plays now, it's night and day. So he's only going to get better. So I think he's had a great season so far, and let's hope he goes from strength to strength and continues that change, because that's what we need. We need players who have come into the team as a result of injuries and have got that time to really fight for their positions. And I think they are now. I think they absolutely are. And I think Eddie's going to have some difficult choices, but the best choices that you can have as a manager is to, I've got so many players that want to do well.
Absolutely.
Whereas before it would be like, right, what's the best of the worst that we've got? Do you know what I mean? But
Keith Dites, thank you for your $10 super chat over there in the States. He says, I didn't know Elliott played right back. Don't know what Manquillo was thinking on that sequence. He was way over on the left-hand side, the whole lead up to Southampton's goal. Yeah, look, Manquillo hasn't played for months, right? And I know, Alex said to me after the game, that Manquillo is a professional. He should know better. But look, he hasn't played for months and months. We haven't seen the guy. Look, we conceded a goal, but what we did do is we put it right by going up the other end and scoring again, which put the goal difference to exactly as it would have been had it been 3-0, 4-0, whatever it would have been. So
he needs time. He needs time.
Yeah, he does. He does. And
I think he'll get some time tomorrow. I think he will.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Billy, are you expecting major changes tomorrow, or are we still going with a really strong lineup?
It's funny, isn't it? Because if we were sat in 9th place and happy, and we would have been happy being in 9th or 8th, I think he may have put a stronger side out, but now we're in 3rd. the sky's the limit now.
I can't believe it. I still can't believe it.
I think he might just make a few changes. I think he has to. I think he has to go for the Chelsea game.
I think
but on the flip side of that, we've got players coming back from injury and who are looking to gain match fitness. So Maxi needs match fitness. Shelvey needs match fitness.
Yeah. I'd like to see Anderson out tomorrow.
Anderson will probably start. Yeah,
I'm sure he'll play. I'm sure he'll play in the 8th. Anderson, I'm sure he'll play.
But this is mad, isn't it? Because we were saying at the start of the season that we still need players. That our bench isn't strong enough, and you see the way the team's performed all of a sudden, and we've been completely wrong about that because anybody that's been asked to step in has done it and done it in style, so I'm not really worried about Wednesday night as to the changes because I think Eddie has drilled the whole squad to play like this, therefore they will go out. I don't think it'll be a side like it was against Tranmere. I think it'll be a stronger side. But that's because simply what I said there, Billy, about players needing match fitness. So the likes of, Maxi and Shelvey, Elliot Anderson will definitely get a full game. I'm under no illusion about that. And I think it's interesting to see what Palace will do as well, because obviously they've had a good victory yesterday, winning at West Ham. So they've suddenly, moved slightly away from relegation. But maybe Patrick Vieira's thinking exactly the same, thinking, right, we've done this. Is the Carabao Cup really important to us or staying in the division? That's how they'll probably be looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, we all want to see a trophy come into St James's Park, don't we? We want to see some silverware.
All of them.
But let's put it in some kind of context.
Every single tournament, damn it.
Let's put it in some kind of context. The only prize you get for winning this Carabao Cup is a European Europa League spot, I believe. It mightn't be a conference spot. So... is it important? I think we're going to qualify for that by our league position. So is it as important?
Yeah, but there's no definite in that, Billy. That's why I'd like to see us have a cup run.
I've got a question. So what happens if we win the Carabao Cup or when we win the Carabao Cup, right? And we also qualify for the Champions League? What happens to that league? That European
it goes
place?
next place down the league.
The next place, right? Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't go to it doesn't go to the runners-up anymore, does it? Of the cup competition, it'll go to the next place.
I was just curious about what that would be.
I think the FA Cup one does. I think the FA Cup one does, but I don't think the League Cup one does.
I mean, I think in terms of our club, we've not really been in a position to ask those questions recently, have we? So
it feels weird even discussing it, doesn't it?
I just think the priorities would have slightly changed because of the fantastic start we've made.
Yeah.
And do you know what I was just thinking as well? We're talking about before, Murphy and players like that and Kraft and everybody who's had this great turnaround under Eddie Howe. I think they're having this treatment, but we are as fans as well. So we look at, you mentioned at the start of the season, we were saying about the bench being weak. Then all of a sudden, these players are rising up and saying, actually,
they've all stepped up,
I'm here to stay. And we're having to go along with this ride to say, actually, these players are decent and they will put a shift in.
Well, we did say last season, Danielle, didn't we, that, when we were, critical of some of the performance, saying, do these players actually want to be involved in the future of this football club? We were putting the question to them, and the credit to the players, they've stepped up and said, yes, we want to be part of it, or at least part of the squad. Yes, I think all the players who are, in the squad, squad players will be thinking, yeah, the team's going to buy more players. But at least it's a 25-man squad. I want to be around this squad. I want to be involved in winning something with Newcastle United. Because
everybody wants to be part of it. And I think, in terms of Eddie, they're playing for him before, and he invests in the players and they play for him. Whereas with him previously, Tinky Winky, do you know what I mean? He didn't put the time in with the players, so why they weren't playing for him? So, I mean, that's the difference, isn't it?
It's clear that they're playing for Eddie. And Eddie's 100% behind them as well. It's not just sort of, he believes in his philosophies, but he's also got the players bought in as well. And when you've got that going, like Pep has at Man City, he's got the players bought into his system. And it works. And look at the respect he gets. And by the way, a big shout out to Pep, because he's been very complimentary about Newcastle United. Won't get drawn into the owner situation. He's talking about Eddie Howe and what Eddie Howe has done for Newcastle United. And for me, he's a class act, this Pep. He really is. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Michael, good evening. Tom says, so Liverpool are up for sale. There'll be lots of backpedaling from their fans, and old Clipperty's head might explode if they get Middle Eastern investment. Yes. And
he's looking for new shareholders, aren't they? That's what they're looking for.
So it'll be very interesting if they come from the Middle East, isn't it? Let's see how mouthy they are about the Middle East then if they suddenly get a cash injection and they're able to buy some really decent players for a lot of money. Would sports washing come into it?
I mean, potentially.
Yeah. David Smith, thank you for your £4.49 super chat. He says, if the football gods only allow us one more win before the break, do we want to beat Palace 4th round or beat Chelsea to consolidate 3rd?
I can't anticipate a loss. I can't think about that because I just don't think that's the mentality at our club right now.
Yeah, let's solid. We're going out to win every game. Every single game we step out on that pitch. And I'm taking Phoebe and Ben on Wednesday, and I can't wait for them to see a decent Newcastle United side because the last 3 times I've taken them, they ain't scored. We got beat off Burnley on penalties. We lost to Cambridge. Listen, it's about time they saw us as the team we are now, not what we were back then when they last saw them. Alex is looking forward to a cup game for once. Good evening, trolls. Good evening, James. Louis Vaughn's in the house. I wonder if he's still bad guy or good guy. Troll says, I read that Dubravka might be coming back. I don't want to see him in our kit again, and he will get a lot of deserved stick if he comes back. Well, there is an issue with that, okay, because you can only register twice in a season, right? So he's registered once, or did he register once? I'm not sure whether he did he? Was he in the initial squad?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I don't know.
Because if he was in the initial squad, if he was registered and then he went out on loan and registered for Man United, that's 2 registrations, which means he couldn't re-register a 3rd time. So
he's still our player, though, isn't he? He's
but he wouldn't be able to play, Billy. That's the thing, because I know it's only a loan, but it's a registration.
But for me, he doesn't get in the team anyway.
Well, no. So... I mean, look, I was astounded that Carl Darlow was back on Sunday. To be honest,
that's it. We've got 3 keepers already. So where does he fit in?
And I do agree. I don't think he'd be welcome back anymore with what the stuff he's put on social media about Man United.
Listen, right? I don't know if I agree, because I think Dubravka just played the game like anyone would do if you were, going to another club or you're getting a move. You're not going to sit there in your Newcastle top and, praising Newcastle when you've signed for Manchester United on loan. I recognise him for all of the fantastic service he gave and what a great goalkeeper was. You know me, I was a total Dubs fan. And I know if he came back in the unlikely event that he got back between the sticks, then I think he'd give 100%. Yeah. However, I think as a club we've moved on now, and I think Nick Pope is standards above Martin Dubravka, in my opinion. So I don't think it's anything really we need to worry about.
Yeah, I thought Nick Pope was solid again yesterday. I know, Billy, you mentioned, the first ball, I think that came in the box, he had a little bit of a fumble from the long throw in the first half. But listen, he made some brilliant saves when he was called into action, and
absolutely,
you just never. I never question him. Southampton tried to play a couple of long balls over the top, and he is so quick off his line. There was one I think it was the second half. It was played very, very early from Southampton's defence. It was offside. However, he was out like a shot. And I just love that about him. He's just so calm in everything he does. Alex05, thank you for your £4.49. He says, a bit of spare cash now that I've got a new job, and supporting the best YouTube channel is the best way to spend it. Keep up the stream quality. Thank you very much, Alex.
Congrats on the new job.
Yeah, indeed. Congrats on the new job, indeed. Yeah. James says, I'm very curious as to what Howe is going to do with the cup game. In all fairness, we have no record on what to go on with Howe. In the dark as normal. Well, I prefer being in the dark, quite honestly. And we're at the point now where we just don't question Eddie Howe. It's as simple as that.
It's better than listening to a shower shite with Steve Bruce, isn't it? I mean,
exactly.
Let's be honest.
That's Dubravka. I think he'd be happy to come back because he can't even get on the bench at Man United. So a bench place is a step up for him, isn't it?
But Billy, would he get back on the bench? We've got Karius and Do there now. Do you think Eddie Howe would put him back on the bench?
Yeah, I think Eddie Howe doesn't care about.
He's still a better keeper than Carl Darlow. Let's be fair.
Well, he is, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
I just don't think
it's an interesting conversation, though, isn't it? It's interesting conversation to have because many people are going to have different opinions.
Let's be honest. He thought he was going to play cup games. European games, he's not had a sniff, has he? He's not.
I just think that Eddie Howe concentrates on the standard of the player and nothing else, and how well he plays. I don't think he even gives it a thought in terms of the way we look at things. Because I know Eddie is emotionally invested, but this club is our life, it's our blood. Do you know what I mean? So we see it differently.
Mind you, it'd be interesting to see what Dubravka does say when he comes back. Especially now he didn't get a look in at Manchester United, or hasn't had a look in.
I just hope that if he comes back and he'll be benched 1,000,000% if he makes the bench, and if his time ever comes where he's back between the sticks, that he gives it everything that he's got and be the professional that Eddie would expect him to be, and I'm sure he will. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Carl says, evening everyone, went to the fridge to get something to put in a sandwich, looked at the cheese, thought of Paul's commentary, decided to go to the chip shop instead. Listen, mate, Carl, I have no recollection of what I said during commentary. I know I come out with some weird phrases, and I believe I did the same a couple of times yesterday. But look, when you're in that sort of euphoria and you see in Newcastle United, something which I've dreamed of seeing again after seeing, Keegan's sides and Bobby Robson's sides. I've dreamed of seeing for so long, and now we're actually seeing it again. We are in dreamland. It's as simple as that. So
why does it always come back to food though with us?
I don't know, Danielle. I don't know.
After TTR Friday, I realised when I went downstairs after the show that I only had a pizza for dinner because Morrison's, anyway, that's a different issue. But my pizza had sweet corn on it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, for
it's weird because Michael Marsden's been over today again, right? He's been obviously helping me put stuff up in both houses, and a big shout out to Michael. I mean, his generosity is just incredible. It really is, and he will do anything for you. He's just absolutely an incredible guy, and I'm proud to call him a best mate. He is just such a lovely guy, but today was quite funny because he had to go to get another drill because he was putting a TV up in the new house, and he went and got a drill and he came back and he must have stood in some. Oh yeah, but luckily the new flooring, obviously it's easy to clean, you see, but he had his, what he's like, Danielle. He had the old Crocs on again, and he went to clean them. And he just shouted through. He said, "This effing dog must have been eating sweet corn." Oh man, it was hilarious. So everybody's now checking if they're standing the stuff. They're checking to see if the dogs had sweet corn. Unbelievable. I mean, I think the effort we're making.
TTR Friday, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, TTR Friday is sponsored by Green Giant. I mean, it just has a ring to it, doesn't it? P-Locky says, yeah. Amazing how many experts are now fancying us to finish in Europe. Hilarious watching them squirm, though. Absolutely. Tom says, if anyone hasn't listened to Eddie Howe in Jake Humphrey's High Performance podcast, go and listen. The man is methodical, relentless, and a shining example of a truly authentic leader.
I've just literally watched the first 53 minutes of it. So after this show, I'm going to make me tacos, and then I'm going to sit and watch the rest of it.
Is it on
He's a guy that,
yes,
yeah, high performance. Yeah, podcast. If you go and check that out, but it's brilliant. I've only listened to 20 minutes of it, and I thought it was superb already. So
to be honest, I feel like I could take the world on after watching just not even.
But you could just listen to Eddie Howe for hours, couldn't you? Just talk about football, and you just think, wow, he must be like. You just want to play for him, you know what I mean? Even if we're not involved.
You know what it reminds us of? Do you know that video on YouTube of Bobby doing his team talk?
Yes.
And how he used to engross you and just pull you in. That's exactly the effect that Eddie has. He's just a genius. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I think as well. I mean, the good thing about Eddie Howe is he'll probably know the players' names other than Bobby Robson, who used to call everybody whatever. But that was the beauty about Sir Bobby, wasn't it? That's how he got into the players' hearts because, the different names he used to call them. Zishan, thank you for your $8.99 super chat, buddy. He says, evening, guys. As far as I'm concerned, Dubravka can stay where he is. He didn't want to stay and fight for his place, and it just shows his character. We don't need him.
Fair opinion. No, it is a fair opinion.
That's another opinion, isn't it? Yeah, that he didn't want to, fight for his place.
We like a good discussion on the Toon review, don't we?
Oh, hell yes. It goes deep. It goes deep. Andrew says, hope we put out a strong team. This is a cup we could realistically go for.
I say we'll go for all of them.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, we've got no one to fear. We've played Man City this season. We've played Liverpool. We should have had something at Anfield if it wasn't for VAR.
If it wasn't for the 25 minutes added on at the end.
Indeed. We've beaten Tottenham. We've drew at Man United. we've got nobody to fear because we are one of these teams now that can give anyone a game.
And I think we need to get out of the mentality of, we're best not get too cocky and too arrogant, and because I don't think that's what Eddie Howe's about. So I don't think, and really all we can do is go with the way the team are playing. And right now, it's just relentless. It is absolutely relentless, and I'm enjoying every single second of it. I honestly don't want me to ever lose a game ever, just because this feeling is like nothing I've ever experienced for a long, long time.
Absolutely. And why the hell shouldn't we enjoy it? We've had 14 years of nothing, man.
If I want to say we're going to win all the cups, I'm going to say that.
Absolutely. Just like you were going to jump on a plane with Mandy's checkbook and sign every bugger in the world.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Do you not get them pangs anymore, though? The pangs of worry about the games, because I still get them.
It's not so much worry now. It's just it's sort of I'm worried about nervous excitement just to see.
I'm worried about Saturday. I've got to be honest. I am worried about Saturday.
See, I'm not. I can't wait to get to that ground. I can't wait because I think we'll turn Chelsea over because they are not looking like a team at all at the minute. They really aren't. And as far as I'm concerned, if Brighton can turn them over like they did, then we certainly can.
I think Chelsea's going to be a lot more anyway, we're talking about Crystal Palace, but just very quickly, I think it'll be a very frustrating game because you know how Chelsea play.
Yeah,
they're always falling over and crying at the ref all the time. Do you remember the last time at St James's? Oh my God, it just never stopped, did it? So I think it's going to be more of a stop-starty, frustrating game.
But again, I think it would be, if we can get a goal early on, it would mean Chelsea have to come at us, and that may open it up. So, again, I don't care as long as we get something from the game. As long as we avoid defeat, I'll be happy with that because if we avoid defeat, we're in the top 4 going into the World Cup. And I think. Are we in the top 4 anyway?
Doesn't matter what we do.
Oh, well. But listen, there is going to be times this season where we do lose football matches. I've said that all. I'm going to keep saying it because it seems to be a good omen. Because every time I say it, we go out and stuff the next opposition. So, Ian Fleming, thank you for your £5 super chat. He says, I see we've been linked with Eden Hazard in Spain. Would he be a good signing for us? Listen, I mean,
gamble,
it is a gamble, but what he did in the Premier League last time was sensational. He hasn't had a great time at Madrid, it's fair to say. But look, we wouldn't even be dreaming of talking about players like Eden Hazard a year ago. So come on, let's just sort of.
He's linked with another club as well, isn't he? He's linked with another club.
He is.
So happens to be at Aston Villa, just by chance.
Well, there's a surprise.
There's a surprise.
Yeah.
Let's watch him in the World Cup, and if he does well at the World Cup, then I'm all for it. But if he didn't,
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Roy says Chris Wood, the legend, of course. He's been flashing the photo on social media of him and Chris Wood all day, hasn't he? Yeah. Tom says, Paul and Danielle, I hope all is well with the cars and the cats.
All is fine now.
Yeah, I'll explain my situation. Basically, yesterday after the watch along, I went to pick up my new puppy, Black Labrador, and he is going to be my assistance dog. We've been after one for a while, and this opportunity came up, and he's going to be trained up to be my diabetic and Parkinson's assistance dog, which will be a very, very important role for him as well as a family pet. So we picked him up, and then literally 2 minutes after pulling away with him, I had a flat tire, but there you go. But he is now home. He is just a beautiful little puppy. And I've become so attached to him already. And he cries when I leave the room now. So, I mean, it's less than 24 hours. I have a really special bond with him, and that's what I needed. I needed to bond with him quickly so that when his training does start, obviously when I come into the studio, he'll be here with us. Anywhere I go in the car, things like that, and obviously be allowed in shops because he'll have the assistant's coat on. And it's a big relief for me, so I don't have to go through what I went through a couple of months ago when my blood sugar plummeted. He will know straight away if it's going to a low level, and I'll know straight away. So it won't be a case of me falling on the floor and having to be revived. But he's gorgeous, and as Danielle did so rightly yesterday, made sure that her pets were okay with people letting fireworks off and stuff like that after the event.
Say
of course.
People, I'd say more knackers.
Knackers, yeah, absolutely knackers.
Kind of tell the date on a calendar properly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. So there you go, and doing the right thing because our pets are family, simple as that, and they come first.
My babies, so they'll always come first.
100%. Sophia, good evening to you. Hope you're well. Lee Toff says Eden Hazard to Newcastle. Seems to be picking up a little bit of pace. Shamrock Balls, good evening. Watching the FA Cup second round draw, Spacebar says, well, let's just look forward to the third round, shall we? Julie J, good evening. Doug says, Longstaff player of the match. I gave it to Willock, but look, I'm not fussed to Longstaff or Willock. I think I just loved Willock's game yesterday. Turpy Balboa says, great to hear everyone, including me, praise Woodsy. Feel bad for all the shit I give him. Look, I don't feel bad for the shit, to be honest. I just want him to turn it around.
It was all because it was justified criticism. It was the fact that, he wasn't moving for headers. He was, his shots were terrible, let's be honest. But however, when people perform, we praise them, and rightfully so. I mean, we're not experts. It's just our opinion, just like everybody else has one. But I'm honestly over the moon for him. Absolutely buzzing. I'm hoping he's going to go on a run starting tomorrow. Let's bang 2 in tomorrow against Palace.
Absolutely.
Love to see it.
I mean, look, I'd love to come up against a goalkeeper like that Southampton goalkeeper every week.
Yeah, dodgy keeper, wasn't he?
Ooh, man.
4 shots on target, 4 goals.
Yeah. Stephen says, gutted. I had us down for 3-1 win. I hate you, Bruno. Wasn't that nice, incidentally? Did you see the clip on social media? Bruno had his family all around him when he was called up to the Brazil squad.
Yeah, it was lovely. I feel a bit for Joe. I really do.
Absolutely.
But, like Newcastle said earlier today, his time will come. If he carries on playing the way that he is, he will be in next time around. No problem.
And Coutinho's out of the squad as well, so why isn't Joe Linton in here? It's ridiculous, really.
Yeah, it is. But
I agree.
In all honesty, though, do you think Joe expected to be in? Because
Probably not.
I don't think in his own mind he thought there was a chance. But
I don't like the thought of him being sad about it.
I don't think he will be, Danielle. I think it'll spur him on to do even better and make sure he's in the next, whatever. I think it's the Copa America they're playing or something like that. I think instead of the European Championships, isn't it, in 2 years? So hopefully he can keep performing as he is, and then he'll be involved next time.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Mason's thought their left back was their best player. Who was that? Perot.
Oh yeah, Perot.
Yeah,
I thought Armstrong was. I thought Armstrong was. He took him off.
Yeah. But Armstrong's scored goals against us in the past as well, which, but there you go. That's why he's no longer Southampton manager, I guess. Mark says, evening all, looks like I'm getting a divorce this season and I'm blaming you guys.
Cheers.
Okay. Thanks for that.
That'd be a first named on a divorce paper.
Yeah, I know. Eddie Howe said it was the worst we played and we still won 4-1. Love it. Yeah, that's how far we've come. John says, evening from the Isle of Man, the defeat is bound to come in the league, but how we respond to go on another run will be the key to a top 4 finish
well said,
and the
John.
January window.
Straight out of the book of Eddie Howe, that is. Absolutely well said.
Yeah. Julie J says, they were tough to play against. Hasselhoff pot noodle now sacked. Indeed. Turpy says, we were great at the back, sucked up all that pressure, figured out how to play with the big man up top and ran away with it. Cesare says that Willock goal had so much in it. Trips tucks in as a midfielder, so he was already in the perfect position for that through ball. Indeed. Chicken Tikka Taka, good evening. That tested me speech there. Peter Joy, thank you for your £4.49 super chat. He says, anyone seen the interview with Howe with Jake Humphrey? It's amazing. Don't think I would love him anymore, but I do. I think a lot of people will be off to watch that after the show. Rachel says, I've just checked my fantasy football and I'm up to 151st.
Well done, Rachel. I want to pay places this week.
Well played.
You moved places, Billy?
Yeah, I moved to paid places this week, amazingly.
Wow.
I had a 55 week.
Can I just say something, though? Have you noticed how Salah's gone into form now?
Well, he's still in the team, so that's... and I captained him today.
I thought you took him out.
No, I kept him in.
Oh, maybe your luck's changing, Billy.
Yeah, maybe it's that pendulum is swinging again.
Maybe the
Billy's
hex
way.
is gone.
I know. It certainly looks like it.
I don't know. Jesus has stopped scoring now, hasn't he?
And
Cancelo.
Oh, I know. He did me straight away. Red card. Thanks for now.
Off you go, sunshine. Limmy says, just got to share this interview. This is how Eddie Howe got launched today. The more you hear the man speak, the more you love the fact he's in charge of our club. Stephen says, Kiwi Steve's going home next year. Please let's take a cup before I head down under.
We'll get one for your pet,
hopefully
don't you?
We will. Yeah. Julie J says, I was surprised at how good Chris Wood's goal was. Geordie Toon for life. Just listen to Eddie Howe on High Performance Podcast, and wow, it's a must watch. It's amazing. 100%. There's a lot of comments coming in about Eddie Howe's interview on that podcast, and rightly so. Look, he speaks with so much honesty and passion, and you can tell that his number one aim is to make Newcastle great. And look, I think this might sound stupid, but if this man can keep going in the way he's going, I think he could be bigger at this club than Kevin Keegan.
I agree. I think he's already a legend for what he's done so far. I mean, I can't even put it into words how lucky we are. And honestly, I've got to be really honest. When the takeover happened, as everybody knows who watched this channel, I did go a little bit mad for a little bit of time. You know, like the names that are coming out of my mouth. I mean, I can't even tell you. So when the name Eddie Howe was mentioned, I was like, nah, I'm not really fancying that. Like, honestly, that's what I thought. And oh my God, how wrong was I? I mean, don't listen to anything I say going forward because I talk crap, clearly.
what I will say is if you compare the first 12 months of Kevin Keegan and Eddie Howe, they're very, very similar. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Because they've got, I think, Billy, because they've got the fans, they've got the club. But the thing is, Kevin Keegan had it as well. He had an owner that cared and wanted to bring success to the football club. And so does Eddie Howe. Now, you can talk about Rafa saying, yes, Rafa got the fans and Rafa wanted to do it. He didn't have the right owner. Which is a shame for Rafa, but that's all in the past now. We have to look to Eddie Howe and say, right, you look like you've just said there, Billy. Very, very interesting comparisons from when they both first came into the club and the impression they've made and the start that they've made. So, hey,
even from the bottom of the table up to the top of the table in 12 months is basically what Keegan did, and that's what Eddie Howe's done. Exactly.
I just think he's wonderful. He's wonderful.
We almost ended up in the second division, didn't we, Billy? We had to win at Leicester.
Yeah.
And we did. What a game that was. Jesus Christ. Toon fan says the Irish FA have just appointed ex-mag Aaron Hughes as technical director across both men and women's football. Yeah, big congratulations to Aaron Hughes, and hope he's really successful.
What a for him. Great.
Yep. Chesris says the great thing about where we are right now is that when we have one of our big players having an off game, the rest of the team is working in such cohesion that it almost doesn't matter. Yeah, they're covering each other. Absolutely. Dave says, evening TTR, still buzzing. Here the poo owners are bailing, obviously scared of the mighty Toon. Roy says, rest the back four on Wednesday against Palace, along with Bruno and Wilson. I don't think Bruno and Wilson will play. I think Bruno will be on the bench, but I don't think he. I
think we'll see a good number of first teamers.
A strong bench,
bench,
I think Wilson may play because he only got 45 minutes on Sunday.
Interesting.
Possibly.
But do you reckon he might come on in second half though, or maybe start with Wood?
Yeah, I'd probably give Wood a start, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But it's a risk. It's still a risk, isn't it? Even playing him in a League Cup game. So
depends what's going on with his chest, though. If he's like,
Yeah, we'll see. Trolls, thank you for your 50 Norwegian krona. Thank you for your continued donations, mate. There's no comment there, but thank you very much. Turpy says it feels strange hearing or seeing we're in third. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. I say every day. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's incredible. Ian Barron, good evening. Hi guys, it's your favourite Darlington FC fan back. Hope you're all well. Darlington won 2-1 on Saturday. We're up to second place now. Not bad for a part-time fan-owned club. Come on, Darlo. Yeah, I always listen. I used to go and watch Darlington back in the day when they were, when Gabbiadini and them played for them, and Newcastle weren't at home. I used to go and watch Darlington and had a great time watching them as well. So I always look out for Darlo's results. And if they get promoted this season, they're back into the National League. It's a huge opportunity for them, and they're going the right place. And the fact that it's a part-time club, it's fan-owned. It just proves that that these clubs can achieve.
Absolutely.
So hopefully they'll continue. Nathan says hopefully Anderson plays on the right. I'd rather have Joe Linton in the midfield to play behind Maxi.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Do you think Joe'll start on Wednesday?
Possible. Very possible.
I mean, you don't know what he's going to do you? That's the thing. I mean,
I think Longstaff will start as an 8, and I think we're going to rest Willock. We'll rest Longstaff. We'll rest Bruno. I think Shelby's sitting at the 6. We're still waiting for another midfielder, so Joe could well play on Wednesday. Yeah. I think he
with
was
Anderson.
Yeah.
David says the exciting thing is Willock and Longstaff will probably be squad players next season and fighting like hell to get regular starts. It's fabulous.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was what we were saying, you know, like we haven't experienced this, and that's because we've got the genius in his team now who are wanting to get the best and develop every single player, and that's what they're doing. It shows on the pitch.
Yeah. Andrew says he wants real silverware more than anything else, to be honest.
And if we don't win it, I'll get it anyway. I'll nick it.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I must apologise because talking of awards, the awards for the football content. And Billy, thanks for calling me out on Twitter. I really love that. You honestly,
did you, Billy?
He bloody did. He put a comment in when we all
Twat asking Adam why are going to the awards. He's going to the Palace game, and he goes, "The awards aren't the week after."
Yeah, and then Billy decides to put underneath like a comment saying it's Paul's fault. You know,
no, because someone said, imagine Paul's reaction if you don't turn up at the right week. You'll go, he'll take the piss from it. And I go, this is blessing fault.
It's my fault. Yeah. So you called me out, Billy, and I really appreciate that.
Frank Shithousery from Billy.
But, I've had to think about it since then, and I realised why the 9th was stuck in my head, because it was the 9th of October, of course, that the bidding finished, the voting. So that's why the 9th was stuck in my head. But it's the 16th.
Is it the 16th?
It's the 16th. It's a week on Wednesday. So
at least Alex gets to watch the game now.
He does.
That's a positive.
Indeed. Yes. And by the way, Alex isn't here tonight because he's got work commitments, so he can't join us tonight. Foxy says Andre Santos got sent off yesterday, last game of the season, but Vasco won and got promoted to Serie A. That will add a couple more million to his price now. But we have that. The difference is we have that couple of million. Roy's team for Wednesday, he's going for Portman, Keogh, Lascelles, Burn, Target, Longstaff, Willock, Shelby, ASM, Miggy, and Wood.
That's my team.
He won't play Longstaff. No one God's earth.
I don't know if you play Pope, whether you'll put Darlow in.
I don't think he'll play Longstaff or Willock. They've run their hearts out lately, so Joe Linton needs a game.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense, Billy.
But the one thing we can never do is second guess Eddie, can we? Because we just never know what he's going to do.
Wrong every time, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Nick says for the team to have an off day and not be at their best and to still pull out a 4-1 win is amazing. How different a team we really are.
Night and day.
I just loved it going when the camera kept panning back to Hassan Hoodle, Doodle, Pot Noodle. And he looked like Klopp at some stages with that cap on. And the sort of aggressive teeth was showing through, thinking,
I felt like
I want to bite the head off a hamster. You know, that kind of.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Billy, you just must have 25 pairs of teeth on your table. Unbelievable.
He actually does.
I have, yeah.
I felt like when the third goal went in, though, and he kind of nodded, he knew it was over and that his job was done. I think he knew he was getting the sack. So, I mean, I don't feel sorry for him. He's going to get a lot of money. So, all right.
Yeah.
That's life, isn't it?
It is. Danielle says everybody is together under Eddie. We are a big family at Newcastle. We are.
Yeah.
Mark says, I'm sure the people who put out the table are on drugs because we are third in the Premier League. I need to stop drinking because I'm seeing things. Off to the doctors tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll join you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to explain to Ben, I'm saying we're third in the league, son. And he's like, I thought we were bottom.
All you have to do is get the league, right? And then just turn it upside down and say that's where we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bless him.
Loads of Liverpool fans wanting the oil money now. It's funny, that, isn't it? Liverpool become a feeder club for us. Yeah. That may not go down well in Merseyside, but who gives a shit? Tom says, fear does not exist in the football club. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
That should be in the dressing room wall.
Absolutely. I think we'll get that into our logo somewhere, I think. Bloody hell, Tom. Tremendous stuff.
I feel inspired just by that.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. There's a few people comment I've seen on other channels as well, so I'll put it to you guys. Danielle, we'll start with you. Can Newcastle United this season win the Premier League?
No. I'm just going to say no. And normally I would say yes, because I think we can win everything all the time, but I'm really trying to rein in my expectations for this one. I think we'll qualify for Champions League. I think we'll win either the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup or both. I mean, I'm not fussy. I'll have them all. But I don't think, you know, I can't see we're getting. I think we'll end up maybe 3rd, 4th, 5th, something like that. Probably 3rd or 4th, but I just don't know. We'll get the first. I don't want to be like that kind of fan base that's like, oh, I'm disappointed.
Oh, like, I couldn't be disappointed. Mind you, if we were top with like the one game to go and we, we got pipped at the post again. Billy, we'll come to you in a second. Spike, thank you very much for your £10 super chat. Thank you for your continued donations to the channel as well. I think you'll put out a strong team on Wednesday, says Spike. And the Clone Lad, thank you for your, I'm sure that's a renewed membership, but thank you for your continued support, my friend. Billy, what do you think?
I just think we're a little bit too far behind already to be thinking about Man City don't drop that many points. Arsenal look a decent out for this year. The point of the matter is, if the VAR decisions had gone our way, we'd be top of the table now, and we'd be probably talking different. But I just think it's a little step too far. I think we're a little bit too far behind because I don't think Man City ever dropped that many points. You know, you can't catch 5 points on Man City. We'll have to go to the Etihad and win and hope they drop to the points and things like that. So
hey, but listen, Arsenal have to be under serious consideration, guys.
I'm not being negative, Nelly. Like, if it happened, like, you'd not see us for a month. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd lose a month of my life if that happened. However, like, I'm even now, like, 3rd place. What an amazing achievement! Like, and I'm really trying to keep your feet on the ground. I really am trying to, because normally, you know what I'm like. We'll have won the Champions League next season if it was up to me. You know
listen, I'm sure Leicester City fans were saying exactly the same as we are now the year that they won it. You know, thinking, you know,
they were never that far behind, were they? They was always kind of on top of the game, weren't they?
Yeah, but to say that, you know, I mean, it was a strange season that, you know, the other clubs didn't really fire all cylinders that season. But you can't take anything away from Leicester City. They have won the Premier League, and if we were in the same situation as them, we'd be just the same. And the fact is, I think, you know, when they were top of the league, their fans will have been thinking, you know, certainly at Christmas and things like that, thinking, oh, you know, we're up there, but, you know, we'll still have a brilliant season if we finish in the top 4. But they went on and won it. And you just never know what football brings. You know, if we're 3rd place going into the World Cup and then the transfer window opens in January, you know, that is going to attract bigger names to come to the club, isn't it? Because they're going to look where Newcastle are. And let's think it. We got Trippier, Bruno, Byrne, all these players when we were in the relegation trouble. Yeah. So imagine what it's like this time around in the winter window when we're 3rd in the league and we have a chance at winning something. Players are going to want to come. It's as simple as that. Foxy says he agrees 100% with Danielle on Dubravka. Wish him well, but now we've moved on from that. He has to do miracles to ever get the number 1 spot back again.
They'll never get the number 1 spot back at Newcastle United anyway.
Not going to happen. But
as I say, a bench spot's a promotion for him at the moment, isn't it? Because the only time he's on the bench for Man United is when they put 2 keepers on it. Yeah,
he was on the bench yesterday, though.
I think they might have had both on again, didn't they?
I think they had 2 keepers on, yeah. Which is very strange. Very strange.
But you've done that before, back in the day, naming 2 keepers on the bench. Bad times.
Yeah. Abs's Howe gave very strong hints that he would make a few changes for the Palace game. Well, I think he has to be honest. You know, the play. If I would say one criticism yesterday is they did look a little bit lumber. They looked a bit tired. But then again, we've got the World Cup break coming up, and you know, there's an awful lot of the squad not involved in the World Cup. So we might say, right, you know, give it your all for these 2 games, and then we get a good rest. We go out to Saudi to relax and train in the warm weather, etc., and we come back stronger. So you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It's incredible.
Whatever's happening behind the scenes, exactly what you've just said is incredible.
Exactly. And Paul Gallant's asking, has anybody else had gale force wind today? Well, Billy is a man who suffers from a lot of methane. Any gale force in Coventry?
I've been quite flatulent today, to be quite fair, but wind-wise, from the natural elements, not really.
Yeah. There was a gale force wind in our living room last night at around 9 o'clock because I just could not stop pumping. I don't know what was going on, but it may have been the excitement of getting the dog and stuff like that. And but anyway,
we chuffed to walk into that, wasn't he?
Nice to know.
Absolutely, yeah. Like he was keep going. I'm thinking, yeah, get used to that, sunshine. That's the trouble with having 2 sub goalkeepers now. Why did he think he was better than De Gea? I don't think he ever thought he was better than De Gea, but I think he would have expected to have been in the cup games.
Perhaps he thought he would be better, had a better chance against De Gea than he did against Nick Pope. Maybe that's what he thought. I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul says, love you all. We love you too, Paul. Turpy says, do you think Carrier's deal will get extended till end of the season? I hope so. I think he's better backup than Darlow or Dubes. Listen, I'm not too sure. I think if it ends in December, now that Darlow's fit again, and obviously the possibility of Dubes coming back, I don't think so. I can't really see it. Rachel says, Paul, you said something like, suck cream cheese off my toe.
Ew.
That sounds lovely.
Well.
That's another thing I can't put on my list now, cream cheese.
I do apologise. I do apologise. It's just what it was.
I wasn't bothered about the lion bar thing, because I don't even like lion bars. But I mean, we're getting into the territory of my favourite foods. Yeah, come on now.
Michael Marsden, top man, says Danielle. Met him at the Bournemouth game. Indeed.
Indeed.
Jason says, can I ask Paul, did my winning shirt get posted? I'll be honest, Jason, it is still in the living room, and that is because of moving house, etc. I haven't managed to get round to it, but I will send them tomorrow, right? I promise they will be sent. We've had a little bit of a hiccup on the website as well, so some of the orders have been delayed a little bit, but they will all be getting sorted this week. I've had a little bit of a problem with Shopify, but it's all sorted, and we will get those sorted out for you. Tom says it was something about licking cream cheese off your toes. You've previously wanted your tonsils tickled by a lion bar. A bit of a food fetish going on. Well,
don't encourage him, please.
Could be worse.
Don't. No.
At least he's not mentioned Savoy's yet.
Oh, I like Savoy's.
Savoy's are tremendous. Savoy dips from Dixon's. Not with mustard, though. Can't be done with mustard. Absolutely not. David says, I've just got back from Southampton. Enjoyed the post-match celebrations. Drinks were flowing, and Southampton fans were not happy with my recommendations for them to appoint Bruce as their next manager. I would think not, to be honest, David. Certainly not the guy that they would hope is coming in to replace him, to be honest.
It's not going to turn your team around, is it? It's straight there.
He'll keep the, it's like you're tying an anchor to your feet, really, and throwing yourself in the sea. There you go. Stephen says Eddie Howe will take Newcastle to glory, then England to follow.
Yeah, in a long time, long time, because I'm not ready for that.
20, 25 years down the line. You've got to remember, he's not that old as Eddie Howe. You know what I mean? He's got a long future in management if he wants it. But
I'm not prepared. No.
I'm not even thinking about that.
No, I can't. No.
Russell says, hi, everyone. Missed the game at the weekend due to my cancer treatment. Looking forward to 4-0 win against Palace and 3-0 against Chelsea. Well, I hope somebody from Newcastle's watching that, Russell, and that inspires them to go and get those results. And I hope your cancer treatment is going really well, mate. And we send our best wishes from all at the channel for a speedy recovery. Alex says, is Alex coming on? Sorry if I missed you say it. No, he's got work commitments tonight. He's unable to make it.
He's off scouting.
I don't think he'll see it that way, quite honestly, Danielle. He's probably in some celebrity's house. He's getting about a bit with these, all these places.
He might be on a boat or a ship.
He could be in Terry Waite's house putting heaters in.
Oh, for God's sake. Billy, seriously. Honest to God.
Where that come from?
Jason says, I doubt Howe will take the England job if offered. It's not for him. He'll use the offer if it comes to say no and make himself even more Newcastle.
Don't want to even discuss it.
Yeah, we will have Big Joe for Saturday, says Danielle. Yeah, and possibly. for Wednesday. Ross said we'd rather have Maddison over Hazard. Agreed, 100%. He's playing so well at the minute.
Got me 11 points on Saturday.
If he's not in the England squad, then I'm a Dutchman. Serious to God, the man's absolutely flying at the minute. He's the English Alma one, isn't he, at the minute?
Yeah. Did you find it interesting that Southgate was at the game yesterday? Because he's not really looking at any Southampton players, is he? To be fair. So he knows all about Kieran Trippier. So was he there to view Mr. Wilson and, of course, possibly Dan Burn?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
A dearth of left backs, isn't there? And he can also play centre half, obviously. So why not? Why not?
Yeah.
As long as he looks after them.
The Chilwell being injured, there's a spot there, isn't there?
Yeah, I don't think he had his greatest game for us yesterday, to be fair, Dan Burn, but he wasn't bad.
He wasn't bad.
He needs a rest. He needs a rest.
He did look tired. He did look tired. David says last two managers lost their job after a battering. Wonder if Potter is worried about his American owner this weekend.
This is true. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
I mean, to be fair, if you got sacked, right, and then Southgate got sacked at the end of the World Cup, then that would solve the Eddie Howe problem because Potter would do it. I mean, this is just me clutching at straws here, guys, because I'm sweating.
Well, Danielle, I mean, to be fair, I mean, listen, I think everybody shares in the same thought as you about Eddie Howe.
Ready to discuss it. Mm-hmm.
I'm just the thought of it scares the shit out of me, to be honest. So yeah, but look, it's not going to happen, right? Because Eddie,
of course, if England have a good World Cup, they'll be academic anyway because Southgate will get a contract. So let's cheer for Gareth. Let's cheer for Gareth.
Come on, Gareth.
You know what I'm doing here, don't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh God.
If only had a waistcoat.
Oh dear God. Right. Just bear with me 1 second because there is a lot of people asking me for photos of the new puppy and what its name is. More to the point.
Can we do it as a competition? Right. The first person to get this dog's name right in the chat, please.
Okay, fair enough. But this is the puppy. There he is. And with exceptionally large paws, which means he's going to be quite the fella. But this is the guy who's going to be joined at the hip to me for the next God knows how many years. And this was him earlier on this afternoon.
Oh, look at his face.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a boppy nose where you could just bop his nose. Oh.
Yeah. But just the way he looks at me like that, it just melts my heart, man. It really does. It's he's just a wonderful acquisition to the family. So
is it Labrador? Is that Labrador? Is it?
Yeah, black Labrador. Yeah.
Because most of my ex-girlfriends had Labradors for some reason.
Would that be because they had white sticks with them as well, Billy?
Every chance of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop putting yourself down, Billy.
Absolutely. Stephen says, look after yourself, Paul. I told you I'll kick your ass if you don't. Okay. Listen, he was needed. And I think Susan realised that as well, that the times that I'm on my own, if an assistance dog can do so many wonderful things and change my life really for the better, that I don't have to worry about wondering what my blood sugars are. If they go high or go low, he will go mental. He will do what he's supposed to do. And the same if I have
Michael Marsden's putting in.
Oh God, yeah.
Guessing the dog's name.
Yeah. But he, as well as the dizzy spells with the Parkinson's as well, he'd be able to, they're just incredible. I mean, we were talking about this earlier, Danielle, on the group chat. What amazing animals, well, animals in general, but dogs able to do such wonderful things to help people. It's incredible. So yeah. Michael says, I've got a Labrador puppy too. She's very cute and cries when I leave the room. Yeah, he does that already. Golden Labs are more intelligent than most humans, especially Everton fans.
I mean, rats are more intelligent than Everton fans, but let's move on.
There's plankton on faraway Saturn that are more intelligent.
Absolutely, yeah. Listen, I think black labs for me are the absolutely incredible, intelligent animals. Along with, I think, what's the other one? Those sheep, the collie dogs. They are incredible.
My Simba's quite intelligent. When he was a kitten, he used to take me socks off all the time. And I thought, hey, I'm on to one here. All I need to do is train him to take them off and put them in the washing machine, and I'm on a good one. Didn't get that far.
Hey, I've seen dogs trained up to do that, Have you seen them?
I have.
They open the washing machine, they put the washing from the basket. Incredible, man. Vitamin says I should name the puppy Eddie Howe. Well, I don't want him to howl.
Incorrect, but I could see why you went there.
Yes, that isn't the name. By the way, the name did start off yesterday. His name was Chester, right? But then we changed it because we wanted to go back to what we discussed.
Julie knows what it's called.
Yeah, there's a surprise. I thought she might. George, hiya, late again. Gone back to the start. It's shocking that George can't get here on time. He needs to get out of them clubs, man. Honestly, he goes in the club after lunch. The type, Danielle. He's there with his fivers. And he comes home late. He knows the show's actually we're on at a different time, I guess.
We normally do 8 o'clock, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Paul Gallant says, hi Paul. If over his contract Eddie Howe can get Newcastle United silverware, then he would be better than Kevin Keegan. I think a lot of people will see that because Kevin Keegan didn't, of course, win any silverware.
I think it's a matter of time, guys. Honestly, that's what I think. It's a matter of time.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to find the comments now with the names. I see Chipper's websites are in again. Dear God, honestly,
they haven't got it right, have they?
No.
Interesting. So I think that's really good. That has anyone actually said the right name yet, though?
I don't know. I can't see.
I've seen a couple.
Oh, have you?
Okay. Well, Danielle tells me to lay off the baked beans. Ian says I've had IBS symptoms. Oh, that's terrible. Dave Elliott says very windy and wet down here outside, of course. Pleased you said that, Dave.
Indeed.
I mean, wondering what the hell was going on.
Somebody
in your
hasn't had the tea tonight.
Wow. What the hell? Steve says Danielle, favorite food, Paul's toes.
Oh no, man, cream cheese.
God.
Ab
says we are beginning to create a TTR salad to rival the Waldorf. Cream cheese, sweet corn so far.
We're fresh out of Waldorfs. Remember that on Faulty Towers?
Yeah, absolutely. Andy says, slap my ass in the sunshine. I may have said that. I don't know why, but
probably.
John says you have to have mustard and stuffing on a savloy. No, not the mustard. Stuffing, yes, but not the mustard.
No, not mustard either.
Can't go near mustard, man.
I like mustard on a hot dog.
No, it's the devil's food.
Do.
It's the dead food. Gary says, and there was me thinking a savaloy was a bull's testicle. Thanks God I was wrong.
Oh,
not far away from celebrity. A bit further up.
What is a savaloy, Billy? What part of the body?
Don't tell us, because I'm not going to like it.
Probably lips and arseholes, knowing.
Oh, for God's sake. Right, I'm adding it to the list.
Yeah, the list. Gary says, what is your assistant dog name, big fella? Well, you're about to find out, Gary, but we'll just... can
I give a clue? It's quite an obvious clue.
No clues. How's Paul doing on the Toon Review Fantasy League? You don't need to ask that because it is, talking about bull's testicles, it is actually worse than that. I'm not doing well at all, and I'll never get the hang of this. Right, here we go. Right, okay. Ryan's put Chester because I put Chester in the group chat yesterday. So Jeez. Ryan, as I've just explained, it's no longer Chester. It's a name that we are very, very comfortable with. Clone Lad said Bruno.
No.
Spacebar says Shearer. Bruno. Shearer. Robson. Buster. Bruno. Joe. Miggy. Bruno. Abs is the first one to get it right in the comments. So well done, Abs. There's his name. It is Cody, and it has nothing to do with the footballer, by the way. We had Cody picked out months ago for what my assistant's dog would be called, and it is indeed Cody. So well done, Abs. Lots of very strange names coming in,
I mean, Bruno would be a good name, to be fair.
Well, yeah, it would. To be honest, I had a staffing named Bruno years ago. No, was it? No, it was a boxer dog. Sorry, boxer. Years and years and years ago.
Did it keep falling over?
Oh, don't tell us a story. There's going to be a story and I don't want to know.
Eh?
No,
I'm saying, if it's called Bruno, did it keep falling over every now and then?
No. Anthony reckoned I called him sweet corn. Absolutely not. Jules says granny snatcher. Definitely not.
He plays for Arsenal, didn't
he? Oh, God. Angelica says, Billy, stop putting yourself down or I'll catch you lift with me mum when she goes back up to the northeast and I'll chin you.
Oh, you put me down instead then. That's great, that is, Angelica.
Angelica, you wouldn't find him in the northeast because he's in Coventry. So, stop halfway.
Grass me up, that's what, don't you?
Well, just getting you back for calling me out on Twitter, you bastard. Called him Bruno. We've just got a dog on a Friday, and my son's called it Maxie.
Oh, cute.
Call your helper dog, hypo, or nurse. Very apt and very beautiful. Thank you very much. Call the puppy Stallion. It's only one stallion in my house. Anissa says we are making a sandwich: sweet corn, cucumber, and tuna.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
That's not going to do it down too well. Foxy says, good luck with the awards this week. It's not this week, Foxy. It's next week. That was my fault. I got it all wrong because I'm a dick. So it is the 60th. I'm pleased. I'm really pleased I found that out because Alex would have been, well, can you imagine he turns up at the hotel on Wednesday night?
He would have been all suited and booted in his little suit. Oh.
I know, but I was more bothered about him booking a hotel and I thought, Christ almighty, if he's
not
booked
booking
a hotel.
He's coming straight back.
Oh, is he really? All right, okay.
But he'd been all dressed up with nowhere to go, literally.
Oh.
But then again, I mean, if he's going to do what Danielle says and we don't win, he's going to run on the stage and nick the trophy anyway. He will have to make a quick escape. So, yeah. And speaking of the man himself, he's away on business. Hope everyone is brilliant. We smashed Palace with an Elliot Anderson hat-trick, a Maxi hat-trick, and Shelby free kick. 7-0. I think he's drinking.
I love it.
Yeah. He'll be drinking that posh wine and the old brandy or wherever he is in this.
Indeed.
It won't be posh where he is. I'm telling you. He's at the Travelodge or somewhere, he says.
Oh, is he?
He'll be having a chip butty and a can of Coke.
Chip butty and a can of Coke. Jackie says the dog's name is Cody. There you go.
Spot on, Jackie.
Some people remember. Stephen says Billy is right. It's reformed meat. A Savoy with all the bits you normally wouldn't eat, like paste and cheap sausages. Oof.
I didn't know that.
Ross says, I asked if it was Cody first. Just saying. Okay. Let's not get annoyed. It's only a dog's name. Stato says, ooh, not Cody. Susan, you wear the trousers. You've got it over. No, she likes Cody. So stick that up your travel lodge.
No pressure.
Okay. Next, there will be a cat called Tarkovsky. Well, that's up to Danielle. She's the cat lady.
Not for me. I'm not allowed anymore.
Paul is way behind with this chat. This could be fun when he sees my locker room comment. Paul, nothing you say is funny. End of story. Cesare says, I had 2 boxers too, Paul. The most expressive, playful dogs. I love them. Yep, really nice dogs. Ab says somebody actually got there before me because I copied them. Oh, well, there you go. It was obviously... Angelica says, that's what I'm saying, Paul. I'll catch you lift and she can drop me off.
I'm getting battered there, aren't I?
You are, mate. She's definitely. Joel says, Paul, you're a workhorse, not a stallion. Oh, smooth.
At least didn't say cart.
Well, see, nobody was thinking that until you opened your fucking gob again, Billy.
Or Shire.
Yeah. All right.
Or C.
What? How are the lads? £6.10. I love that username. There you go.
Oh, no.
Absolutely superb. Originally, Savoys were pig brain. Indeed. But listen, I don't think people worry about the taste, do they? Just for your information, Gallant, right? I am up to date with the stats right now. Okay, so stick that up your 30,000 pieces of A4 paper and burn it.
That you can't read.
That I can't read. Anyway, Okay, let's take a look back at a look forward. Gallant, you've put me off. Go and write another 30,000-page essay, you bastard.
That you can't read.
That I can't read. Thanks for confirming that again, Danielle.
Indeed.
Let's look to Wednesday night now, and we will put together what we think our teams are going to be. And so this isn't score predictions again. This is just what you think the team will be. Now, you can go with what you think Eddie's team will be or what you think your team would be. So are we just going to go with what we think Eddie will do?
I just didn't know.
How can we? How can we? He's really unpredictable, isn't he?
Yeah,
Billy, there was no need for that aggression, like Billy. I mean,
no, I wasn't being aggressive.
But you were. You put your club face on when you answered that.
No, don't. Yeah.
I can't find them. Too many teeth here to find the right ones. There you
go.
You see, it's frightening. But anyway, Mr. Paul Gallant, how are you feeling tonight about things?
Oh shit! I can't find them. Oh, hang on, here we go. Well, you know what? I've got before my shirt. I took it off. I think they'll play quite a strong team. I think we'll win 8-0.
8-0. That's impressive. Cup. Thank you, Paul. Incidentally, it is Paul Gallant. He says, lol, howling. Awesome, Paul. Well, thank you very much, buddy. Geordie Dan says, my bird's from Northern Ireland, and I've got us tickets sat in the Gallagher for our 1-year anniversary for her first time experiencing the Toon at St. James's Park. Well, come and say hello. Jackie Milburn, start you. I said, start you. I'm getting better. Before the game, that's where we'll all be. So come and say hello. And so I can put faces to names. It would be great. Ian says, goodbye, guys. Good to see you. Good to chat. See you on the next stream. Well, we're not going anywhere yet, Ian. We haven't finished the show yet.
Maybe he's going for his tea or something. I might be having a savalon.
Indeed. Up the A1 says, hi, Paul. What's the new puppy's name? You will have to show him off after he settles in. Well, I've shown him off, and it's Cody.
I think Paul's had a bit of an autocorrect there. You wouldn't call your dog COVID.
Yes, Paul, it froths at the mouth 24/7, shits everywhere, and shites out A4 paper, 30,000 pieces that I can't read. Anyway, right, Billy.
Yeah.
Team for Wednesday. Come on, let's see what you've come up with.
Well, I think he's going to play Darlow in goal. I think he'll play Mankier at right back and Target at left back. I think he'll play Lascelles and he'll be the captain. And I think he'll play. See, he's got to rest Burns, so I think he'll play Botman.
You think Botman will play?
He's got to rest Burns. Burns got to have a rest. He's not had a rest at all. He's played every single game. Botman's had a few games out here and there where he's been rested. Share's not missed a game either. So I think Botman will probably play and maybe get that bit of stuff out of his system the other day. And I think Shelby will sit in the 6. I think he'll play Joe Linton on the left of him, and I think he'll play Elliott on the right of him.
Yeah.
Then I think he'll play ASM on the left. I think he'll play Fraser on the right, and I think he'll play Wood for the middle.
Interesting. You see, I'd gone for Dan Bain rather than Botman, but now Billy's convinced us. So I think, that's a good point, Billy.
Oh, look, he's piping up again, and he's not even here, and he's piping up. That poor dog, what a name. It could have been a mag. Like, Alex...
Cody could have been a mag, couldn't he?
Honestly, you just can't.
No,
look,
you never know what
you just can't. No, he's not here. He's not on screen. He's not getting to me. I hope there's bed bugs in that bloody travel lodge you're in.
Could be worse than that. It's in the travel lodge.
True.
Yeah. Ab says, I can't help but think if Stato was on there, it would have been more talk about the game. Yes. Well, listen. It's a Carabao Cup game. It is what it is. We're always enjoying ourselves.
We don't claim to be Stato. So
exactly.
There's only one of them.
This is a very disturbing.
Ooh. Honestly, Alex, are you all right, pet?
Listen, guys, you know what this channel's like. We aren't a serious, we don't get into the arse scratches of everything, and we like to have a laugh with everybody as well. And which is, I think, why people enjoy watching this channel, is people like to have a laugh as well as talk about football, and that's what we do on here. So we will never change. It's as simple as that. We're never going to change, because I think if we were all serious all the time, then what would be the point? It just wouldn't be enjoyable for us or for you to watch or listen to on podcasts. It just wouldn't be. So we like to have a laugh. We like to, get you guys to join in as well and have a good laugh with us. When we need to be serious, we are serious. But listen, it's a Carabao Cup game. It's not the Premier League. It's
if we want to have a laugh, we'll have a laugh.
Absolutely. But there you go. Right, Danielle.
If you're in the pub with your mates, you don't sit there all serious, do you? Like, you have a bit of a laugh, don't you?
Indeed. By the way, Rachel's come up with a very, very good Toon review stalker, not Stato anymore.
I mean, I'm always here. I'm always watching and listening. I mean, that's like
terrible.
Get your 5 years, that's Alex.
Absolutely. Jason says, this is why you're number one. Thank you very much, Jason. Really appreciate that.
Edgy. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
What does he mean by being edgy?
I mean, he's been very cryptic, isn't he? It's Danielle says laughter is good for your health. Indeed. And that's why, Danielle, to be honest, I get a lot of comments saying thank you to us guys for, helping people through mental health, because, we are one of them channels that likes to have a laugh and take the mickey out of each other and have a good time. And that's exactly what this channel's all about. And like I say, when we need to be serious about stuff, we are. But it's very hard when you've got Billy Bob fucking laugh at anything on the bottom row there.
No, Stato's just made the funniest comment of the night.
Oh my God, is he? Oh my God.
Above that one.
Yeah. Oh. I think he's obviously talking about Francisco, isn't he?
Love is in the air.
Everywhere.
Shoot the Thrill says it's nice of Paul to invite a creepy stalker to join the channel. Is it part of your care in the community program? Oh dear me. Oh God. Anyway, Danielle, do you want to give us your team?
Well, mine was the same as Billy's, but I'd have put Burning over Botman. Right. But then obviously I take Billy's points on board. So I mean, I don't care which one plays really. They're both really good. Botman slightly above Burn, but not bothered.
Yeah. Interesting. Billy, nice to see your vape getting involved, sticking up for you, my friend.
Oh, there you go.
By the way, on the subject of that, I had a comment in under the review show last night. Somebody, you commented on it. Somebody talking absolute nonsense, saying that Billy's vaping on screen had convinced 2 kids to start vaping, right? Absolute bollocks. That comment was as pathetic as my shite was this morning, right? Absolutely bollocks, right? Look, everybody is entitled to do whatever they want as long as they're not swinging helicopters on the screen or, snorting cocaine off the fingers. But, this channel, people... Billy vapes, I vape, Danny vapes, it doesn't matter. Yes, it's not the greatest thing in the world for you. And we as a channel would say, kids, do not do it. But at the end of the day, we are an adult channel, right? An adult channel. Simple as that. So,
I mean, don't emphasize that part too much. Christ.
Not right. You see, your minds go elsewhere when I'm trying to be serious. This is why this channel can never be as serious. We can't go a full show without you try and be serious, and then you get idiots like these just taking it to the. We are an adult channel, not in that way, right? Stop saying it, Billy. I hope you choke on your feckin' vape. So I'd just like to say, that's the way it is. If Billy wishes to vape, it is a free world. I'm not going to stop him. I'm not going to stop Danielle. So just get a life, please. Christ, I have no doubt that you saying those 2 kids were convinced by Billy to start vaping. They were vaping already, Sunshine. And I think you need to, if they're your kids, then you need to answer the question is how you force them into vaping, because you're their parent. So deal with it. Anyway, there's some.
I mean, we do a lot worse on this channel than vape.
Well, of course we do. I mean,
so if that's the only problem that you've got, then don't watch a Friday.
Yeah. If you don't want to watch, if you don't want your kids to see that, don't let them watch. How do I word this without Billy Trey going fucking mental again? Don't get them to watch an adult-themed podcast. Simple as that. Get them to watch Peppa Frickin' Pig. Jesus Christ. Honestly, ridiculous. Andrew says, well, if a show makes your kids vape, don't watch it. How dare anyone speak against the Messiah, Billy Trey? Billy, you are terrible, says Anthony. TT UK says, Billy, boom, vape, vape, vape the room. Oh, dear me. Stephen says, tell them to F off, Billy, lad. Irani Granny's back.
Yay.
Paul should be nicer to Stalix. Alex is the brains of the channel, Billy the comedy, Danielle the heart, and Paul the granny snatcher. Well, isn't that just lovely? Irani Granny, I'm not gonna say anything nasty against you because you're a, an older person. So there you go. Abs is laughing at the adult channel, of course. XXX channel. Status says, I don't vape. I just also say we are not an adult channel. Paul didn't mean that. Adult themed. What is it, you bozos and filthy minded pillocks out there? Honestly, disgrace.
I love that.
Danielle says everyone has a choice. Julie says I tried e-lights when they came out, but not like real cigarettes. Well, again, if you smoke real cigarettes, that is up to you. Billy's comments on fart jokes have influenced kids to give each other Dutch ovens.
I can't go for this channel. I can't go anymore.
Oh my God, Cesare! Honestly, man, I knew you. Seriously, I love you, man. But you've just gone way higher in my estimations with that. That is fantastic. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Comment of the week.
Yeah, it has to be. Somebody screenshot that and save it because brilliant. Cesare is way ahead in the running for that on Friday. Francisco says, my question to that person would be, where are those kids' parents? Well, it was probably him writing it out. The kids have probably been vaping in the bedroom since they had the nappies on.
Blood pressure.
Thank you. Ryan says, what happened to this channel being family friendly? Like we hear all the time on the fan forum. Ryan, it is a family channel, but it's a family channel who like to have adult jokes from certain time to time when it's late at night. And I forgot that we went on at 7 o'clock tonight and realized that it's only 8:20 now instead of 9:20. So we haven't actually gone over the watershed, but never mind. Life is great. Jesus Christ. Martin says, I think Billy should move north. Night and E Gaming, TTR only fans when?
Never.
Hey, I'm now.
Make no money from that, I tell you.
Billy's vape says, please don't wish Billy to choke on me, Paul.
Almighty.
Adult channel will make a perfect YouTube short. Oh, Jesus God Almighty.
No.
Where are people's heads here? I mean, it's just unbelievable. The comments I'm seeing in here. I'm not even. Oh, look, here we come. Stato with a fun fact about Peppa Friggin' Pig. Can you believe this shit? Right? Fun fact. Actually, I'll say it in Alex's words. He's definitely pissed because he spelled establishment wrong. Fun fact. Peppa Pig is banned in China because they felt it had too many anti-establishment messages.
Why has he gone American?
Who?
Stato?
I don't know.
Talking of Peppa Pig, how come that librarian woman's got about 28 jobs, Miss Rabbit? There's got to be an unemployment problem in Peppa Pig world because she's got all the pissing jobs, ain't she?
Maybe she's like our club last season. Maybe there's one person that does 20 people's jobs.
Could be.
Maybe it's owned by Mike Ashley.
I thought of that.
Yeah.
How's the Wheels this show, by the way?
Absolutely. David says, cracking show, guys. Excellent commentary, Paul, on Sunday, even giving Woodsy some credit. Thank you very much.
Where credit's due in
absolutely. Yeah. Aaron says, if Billy wants to suck his pipe on an adult channel, that's his choice. Billy Trey's Vape says, 3 girls, 1 Billy.
Wow.
Dear God. Apparently, I'm an American in disguise. Well, interesting. KB says, Billy, you're the main man on a bloody marvellous gentleman. If you want to vape, then you vape. You have the backing of the Belfast. There you go.
Thanks, KB and UFC 73. Very kind of you, mate.
Yes, yes, indeed. Right. Can I get my team out now for Wednesday, if that's okay with everybody? I mean, I think he'll play Nick Pope, right back Mankio, centre backs Lascelles and Botman, left back Matty Target. In the middle, Shelvey, Joe Linton, and I think he's still going to play Willock. And up front, Maxi, Wood or Wilson, I'm not sure yet. And on the right-hand side, Elliot Anderson. That's my 11. And I think that is definitely a strong enough team to beat Palace on Wednesday. Simple as that. But there you go, guys. Well, I haven't done the predictions, the scores. Billy, I'm just trying to hurry the show up now because the comments are getting way out of hand.
Do we go to extra time in this round, or is it just straight to penalties again?
I think it's penalties again, Billy, to be honest.
Is it? Anyway, it won't matter. We'll beat them 2-0.
And who's going to score, Billy?
What did you want to say, 2-0, Danny?
It's all right.
Who's going to score?
You can't go for the same score, Danielle, if that's what you think it's going to be.
No, I can't.
I'm going to say Joe Linton, and I'm going to say Shelvey. Free kick.
Okay. Indeed. Ab says plenty of wood credit on this channel. Oh, God.
It's getting worse.
I don't know where we're going anymore. I mean, Jacka says, once again, what a hoot of a stream. Never laughed as much for a long time. That's what it's all about, right?
It's not intentional. It just happens.
Well, it does. It does just happen. Interesting enough, we've got 666 people watching. Oh, Christ. That was 700 and odd until we started. It started going absolutely downhill from around 10 minutes ago. But never mind. Danielle, your score?
I'm going to go 3-0.
3-0. And the scorers?
I'm going to go Elliot Anderson's going to get his first. Come on, son. I'm going to say Saint. And I'm going to say Botman.
Yeah, I'd love to see Botman get one if he does play. I'm going 3-1. I think Palace will score, but it'll be a last minute goal thing they get. Just like Southampton.
It's not a normal defense.
Yeah,
interesting.
But I'm not worried. Azar says it's late here in Jeddah. Glad I stayed up. Love your stream. I'm hopeful that the Saudis get our sense of humor.
I apologize.
I think they do, though. They seem like a very, very social bunch of people. Good laugh and like to enjoy the.
We certainly don't want to offend anyone. I'm sure I've just saw a firework.
What?
Either that or I'm getting flashes in the corner of my eyes. I mean, neither's a good thing.
Oh, Danielle, that's a sign that you need to get, you might be coming up to that time for glasses, Danny. It just, it happens to us all.
Might have been a shooting star.
It could have been
not that low. It literally came across my window.
Well, it's a friggin' asteroid then.
It's definitely not a firework. Oh, dear.
We're gone. Francisco says, take care, you lovely lot. Talk to you tomorrow. Yes, Rachel's... Yeah, Rachel will definitely be tuning in tomorrow night because she actually gets to see the man in person, unless they've had a lot of FaceTiming over the weekend. You never know.
Don't know,
listen, guys, exactly. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight to the preview show. Not much talked about the game, I have to say, but listen, we've had a great night anyway, talking about Newcastle United, Savoys, lots of different crazy stuff. I don't know where the show went after about an hour and 10 minutes. It went sideways or downwards, if you like. But listen, it's what it's all about on this channel. Like I'll say over and over again, we ain't going to change on this channel. We are what we are. We love to have a laugh with everybody and involve you guys, the subscribers, the viewers. We love to involve you all and have a laugh with because, to be honest, I couldn't sit here and do a channel which is just constantly serious all the time. It wouldn't be any enjoyable viewing.
Can I just give a shout out to the women's team? 2-1 yesterday against York.
Absolutely.
Yes. Top of the league. Come on.
They are top of the league, and we're very much looking forward to the game in November at St James's Park. We have a late super chat coming in from David Smith. Thank you for your £4.49. He says, I'm now in the shed. My missus thinks I'm super hating with an adult website. Brilliant. But look, thank you for sticking with us. As I say, we are a Newcastle channel, and we are serious when we need to be. But look, we love having a laugh, and we love involving you guys, and that's what it's all about. So we ain't going to change for no one. You want to laugh, you want your Newcastle United.
We might have to if YouTube tell me I have to.
Indeed, yes.
But until last year, we won't change.
You'll find us from tomorrow. It'll be www.onlyfans.com/the Toon Review. So you can join us there tomorrow night for the fan forum. But listen, serious, we've got some great subscribers, and you guys make this channel what it is. And we love having a laugh with you at the end of the day. We'll always talk serious about Newcastle United when we have to, but when things are going well like this, it's great times, and we have to just enjoy it and have a laugh with you all as well. So we really do appreciate you spending your Monday evening with us again. Me and Billy will be back tomorrow night with the fan forum. Billy will be then back on Wednesday night with the watch along. You have got somewhere to watch it, haven't you, Billy?
Yeah, I'll be watching straight through the laptop. I'll get it on the hopefully on the, it's not on the telly, but hopefully it'll be on that site.
Yeah, there's plenty of places that'll do it. So Billy will have the watch along for you. I will do my immediate reaction after the game. Depending on how it goes, the kids will either be inside or outside of the car. And Thursday night we'll do the preview for the Chelsea game. We'll also, look back at the Palace game as well during that show. So there won't be an actual review show of the Cup game, but we will be having we'll look back and then look ahead to the Chelsea game. Friday night is, of course, TTR Friday. Billy's revving up.
Offended, don't tune in.
Absolutely, but it's only bloody Monday night, and Billy's revving up already for it. So you can guarantee it'll have all the favourites on there. I think we've already had comment of the week from Cesare. That will take some beating. Saturday will be the watch along for the Chelsea game with Billy again. But that is a 5:30 kickoff. So Billy will be live from 5 for that game, and then obviously we'll do the review on Sunday and things like that, and move into the next week and the build up to the World Cup. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you to you two on the screen. Thank you to Stato for stalking me, and thank you to the Mod Squad. Great work again, and to you guys out there, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be where we are now. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your Monday evening, guys. And me and Billy will see you for the fan forum, 8:30 tomorrow night. Good night, guys.
Away the lads and lasses.